Hey there. So, you're looking for a dog trainer here in Summerville? It can feel like a big decision, but we're going to walk through how to find the perfect one for you and your dog. One of the best parts about living in Summerville is how much there is to do with your dog. I mean, we've got these incredible parks, a really friendly downtown, and all sorts of community events. And when your dog is well behaved, they get to be right there with you, enjoying all of it. All right, so here's our plan. First, we'll talk about why training is so key for life here. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty, how to find your trainer, what you should ask them, and what to expect for costs. And we'll finish up with the fun stuff, all the great places you can enjoy together. Okay, let's get started. Section 1 is all about training for life right here in Summerville. This really means getting your dog comfortable with everything our town has to offer. Good training is about so much more than just sit and stay. It's really about building your dog's confidence. Imagine your dog being totally relaxed on a walk through Azalea Park, or handling the fun chaos of the Flowertown Festival like a champ, or even just a nice, calm stroll through Nexton. That's the goal, right? So, we know why we want a well-trained dog, but how do we get there? Well, that's where finding the right professional comes in, which brings us to our next section, finding your perfect training match. One of the first things you'll want to figure out is a trainer's philosophy. You're going to hear the term positive reinforcement a lot, and for good reason. It's really simple. You reward the good stuff, the behaviors you want to see, with things like treats or praise. It makes learning fun for your dog and really helps build that trust between you two. Next, you'll need to think about the format. You've basically got two main choices here. In-home training is perfect for those at-home challenges, like jumping on guests or getting a little too excited at the front door. Then you've got group classes. These are awesome for teaching your dog to focus on you when there are other dogs and people around, which is a huge skill. Okay, when you start looking, you're going to see a bunch of letters after trainers' names like these. And yeah, it can look a little confusing, but don't worry about memorizing them. Just think of them as proof that the trainer has put in the work. They've studied, they've passed exams. It shows a real dedication to their craft. And hey, a quick note on patience, especially if you've just adopted a dog. Have you heard of the 3-3-3 rule? It's such a helpful way to think about it. The first 3 days, your new dog is just overwhelmed. After 3 weeks, they're starting to figure out your routine. And by 3 months, that's when they really start to feel at home and that bond of trust gets strong. It's a great reminder to set realistic expectations for both of you. All right, moving on to section 3. So you've found a few trainers you're interested in. What do you actually ask them? Let's get into your checklist. When you call a trainer, think of it like an interview. You're hiring them for an important job. So have these questions ready. You want to know about their methods, their credentials, and really importantly, how they'll tailor the training specifically for your dog and your life. And here's a pro tip. Ask if you can watch a class. There's no better way to see if their teaching style clicks with you. Okay, let's talk about the practical stuff, money and rules. Section 4 covers the costs and some of our local Summerville guidelines you'll want to know. So, this table should give you a pretty good idea of what to expect for training costs here in the Summerville area, looking at 2025 prices. You can see there's a big range, right? From puppy classes all the way up to board and train options. This just helps you figure out what might work best for your goals and your budget. And being a great dog owner in Summerville means knowing a few local rules. Pretty standard stuff, really. Dogs need to be on a leash in public. They need to have their current rabies tag on. And yeah, excessive barking is something to be mindful of. Honestly, good training just makes it easier to be a good neighbor to everyone. And that brings us to the last section, which is honestly the best part. This is where all that hard work pays off, actually enjoying our town with your dog. So where can you put these new skills to the test? Well, Azalea Park is an amazing place to practice leash walking with all the joggers and families around. Need to work on recall? Gadhagen Park's dog park is perfect for that. It's safely fenced in. And if you just want a nice, quiet spot for a loose leash walk, you can't beat the nature trail at Pine Forest Country Club. At the end of the day, finding the right training really does open up a whole new world for you and your dog here in Summerville. They become this confident, happy companion you can take almost anywhere. I really hope this has been helpful for you. Good luck with your search, and enjoy all those wonderful moments ahead. Whether it's a bustling farmer's market, a quiet walk in your neighborhood, or just relaxing at home with friends and family.